I'm joined by the senior advocate and Congress leader, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, is this about settling scores historically with Aurangzeb, or is this about, and I'll be blunt, telling members of the Muslim community in India what their place in this India should be?
It's quite frankly disgusting, very sad, and very repulsive what I'm seeing. I'll be very pointed, but there is, of course, as you know, a legal aspect to it. There are far bigger and more important political and social aspects. First and foremost, you are playing this for which election, which 2024, which genie out of which bottle, which Frankenstein monster do you want to create, which you will yourself not be able to control. What kind of game is this? Secondly, as Gandhiji said, an eye for an eye means the whole world will become blind. Will you go to the end of your road where there is a monument and rectify that historical wrong, what you perceive to be a wrong? Or will you go down to the end of the next road and do 3 more? And will there be a third person who will go down further that road? This is all part of a common existing thing. How far will you go? Thirdly, so it's most important to note that what was the raison d'etre for enacting this act? It was to put a quietus, draw a line in the legislative
right?
wisdom.
You're talking about 1991.
Yes, the Places of Worship Act. It was to draw a legislative quietus on a fixed date, irrespective of merits. Irrespective of merits. Now today, look at the kind of facile arguments you are having. Oversimplistic, almost ridiculous. One, that this act is under challenge. Thousands of acts are under challenge by millions of challenges. Till such time as you set aside the act,
until there is a verdict on the challenge, you cannot presume it's wrong.
The second thing, you're putting the cart before the horse.
Yes.
I'm quite amazed that a district court or trial court will proceed to pass consequential orders, appoint me as a commissioner, you as a further fact finder, without deciding the basic foundational question.
And Dr. Singhvi, sorry to interrupt, but what if you as a surveyor or me as a fact finder then take our documents and give it to the media before they are even considered by the court? Look, I mean, how is this even legally possible?
I am coming to that. But I mean, we are not talking of foundational things. How can you put a cart before the horse, not decide whether this suit at all can be filed? Is it maintainable? Can it exist at all in the view of the barring effect of 1991 Act? And on the other hand,
but Dr. Singhvi, I really want to know this one point, sir. How can anybody leak this out?
Well,
and lawyers are giving it to journalists and saying, "Ye dekhiye, ye mila hai hame iske andar." Point by point, not once, twice.
This is obviously a very depressing, sad, horrendous practice. It is being created and in a very official manner, very organized manner, very, very orchestrated manner, I have no hesitation of saying, to create an ambience, to create merits where you can't go into the merits.
To put pressure on lower courts? Does that work? Is that why it's being done?
Exactly. You see, the threshold is, can you go down that path? Then you can discuss whether I will go down that path at 1 kilometer per hour or 5 kilometers per hour, or whether I go this way or that way. But when you can't go down that direction and you don't decide that issue, then it's a complete farce. And I hope
is it not incumbent at one level upon the Supreme Court of India to ensure that lawyers follow the process that they are bound, they've sworn an oath to follow? If you are submitting a document in an envelope to a court, you don't say that before the court has even looked at it, "Aap dekh lijiye, these are the points. I have found 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5.
In fact, so
isn't that contempt of court?
Yes, it is. In fact, it is contempt of court, clearly, undeniably. Today, the Supreme Court is, of course, only deciding interim matters. But I hope and trust, and I am nowhere to second guess the Supreme Court, the matter is sub judice. I hope and trust that they take a very clear, strong, stern view of the whole thing. I hope and trust that they direct the decision of the preliminary threshold issue first. I hope and trust that this kind of a complete khilwad with our process by interested parties, be it advocates, be it plaintiffs, be it defendants, be it bystanders, it's making a joke of the whole system. The sanctity of the system is at stake. I think the sternest action should be taken, and let me be very clear. The last and the only hope on this is the judiciary, is the apex court, and I am sure that everything possible will be done by them to stand this test and to come out to show that the judiciary can deal with these situations in flying colors.
Dr. Singhvi, thanks very much for being with us. I wish you were part of the debate that follows, but thanks very much for clarifying those points.